Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ellen Ripley's Simulator. So today, we are finally wrapping up all the game. So now we'll finish off item collecting and map completing in Chizodia, and then we'll go after the final boss. So one interesting thing that I forgot to mention, I think, about our current suit, this final one, is that remember when I told you that you don't have to get in this game actually various suit? That the game actually gives you that suit automatically. So when you receive this gravity suit, this fully powered suit which we have right now, so even if you don't have various suit, game still adds it to your item collection, to your status screen for whatever reason. I don't know why. So basically, if you don't receive various suit, you get it automatically when you receive this suit, this gravity suit. So the way I see it is that gravity suit kinda overrides your various suit. So basically your gravity suit has the same properties that the various suit has. So that's why the game registers various suit when you get a gravity suit. That's my only explanation for that, really. So yeah, I don't know why it is like this. So yeah, if you really want to go hardcore, then you can go through the game without various suit, because you'll receive it automatically anyway. So, but various suit, in my opinion, make this game a lot more easier when you receive it properly. So I advise you to go after it, so to minimize the damage that the enemies deal to you. So, but yeah, we are in Chizodia, and we are in these Chozo ruins currently. So considering they are ruins, so today we'll be playing around with our power bombs. So yeah, let's destroy this place even more. You know, this place is kinda ruined already, so let's destroy them even more. So yeah guys, we are wrapping up the game, so I think I did a good job regarding this Let's Play. In case you are wondering about some things, if you are curious about them, if you have any questions or something, let me know, and maybe I'll show some stuff that I haven't showed in this whole Let's Play. But I think I showed pretty much everything, but in case I missed something, let me know and I'll show it. So I was planning to maybe explain more in detail how wall jumping works and also bomb jumping, but I think I already did that in this Let's Play, so it's pretty easy to understand. Well, I haven't touched the diagonal bomb jumping which we have in this game. So basically how diagonal bomb jumping works is the same as the regular bomb jumping, only when you are bouncing off the bomb to jump, then you press either to the left or to the right to go to the direction which you want, right? To the left or to the right. And as soon as you do that, for example, if you are pressing to the left, then you have to press to the opposite direction, diagonal one, from which you want to go to the direction which you want to go, if it makes sense. So for example, if you go to the left, then you have to press and hold down to the right and down at the same time, and then keep on holding these two buttons, and then keep on executing your bomb jumps to go that way. Well, I don't know if it makes sense, and the same thing applies if you want to go to the right. So basically you go to the right, go to the right, and then as soon as you bounce off the bomb, you keep on holding the left and down buttons to go diagonally left and down, right? And yeah, keep on holding them and keep on executing your bomb jumps to go to the opposite direction. Well, I think it made sense to you, I don't know, but I think in the next episode, right before the final boss battle, you'll actually see how bomb jumping works, if my memory is not failing me. So yeah. And regarding the substances in this game, one more thing. So as I mentioned before, we kinda met two different kinds of lava in this game, right? We had this regular yellowish lava, and we also had this red bubbly lava, right? So for whatever reason, that regular yellowish lava, in this game it is called acid. I don't know why, because it clearly is not acid, right? Because if it is acid, then what is that substance which we met in Turian. Remember that green toxic goo, toxic waste? In my opinion, that is acids, not the regular yellowish lava, you know? So yeah, that's kinda pretty weird. So, and I also wish this game had more exposure to Naked Samus sequence. Don't get me wrong, we already had enough exposure of that sequence already, especially if you're playing the game for the first time, then you are spending quite a lot of time, you know, trying to figure out how to go about these space pirates, how to run away from them. But in your next playthroughs, when you are getting used to all that stuff, when you are, well, finally mastering that whole segment, then that whole sequence is not too long. So yeah, I wish maybe developers spent some more time regarding that sequence, because, well, right now, as you can see, back in that suit mode, we can't crawl anymore, which is pretty sucky, so I want to crawl, come on! So, and yeah, today we'll be getting also the most difficult item to get in this game. We'll be going after it actually right now. So you need to execute your Shine Spark in many different clever ways to actually get it. It's yeah, the hardest item to get in the game, and you need to go through quite some ways to actually get it. So basically you have to chain your Shine Spark in many different ways. So you see here we have a lot of slopes. So all these slopes in this room, and also in the room after this one, there will also be some slopes. All these slopes will be very, very important to actually get this one item. So basically, if you screw up a jump or don't store your Shine Spark in one of the slopes, then it's basically over. Then you have to start all over again from this, yeah, spot which you saw right now. So basically, yeah, store your Shine Spark here, keep on running, keep on jumping, store it here as well, because there's a slope here. Same thing goes for here. And also here, keep on running, and as soon as the screen transitions, yeah, store the Shine Spark, go here, here's a small little slope, store the Shine Spark there again, go to this ledge, and then execute your final Shine Spark to break through these speed booster blocks, and yeah, that's how you can get this final energy tank. So in my opinion, yeah, this is the hardest item to get, because you can see you have to do a lot of difficult movements right at the same time pretty much, so you don't have too much room to breathe there. So basically if you screw in that sequence even once, then it's pretty much over and you have to start all over again in that previous room, which was the room before, you know. So now we are in this pretty awkward room. For whatever reason, there are two walls with speed booster blocks. I don't know why, because you just fly in here with your Shine Spark, right? So you just fly through them. So why bother placing two walls of speed booster blocks? I don't get it. Why one wall is not enough? But I don't know. I read somewhere that maybe it is here just for the sake of if you, for example, are screwing up your Shine Spark somehow there, so that you have a room here to actually go out of this place. You see, we have this small little tunnel here, this ventilation shaft. But I don't know. Wouldn't it be just easier to place one wall of speed booster blocks here? I don't know. That's kinda, yeah, really, really odd, so... And one thing that yeah, actually I was wrong about one thing in regards to these green little balls that shoot electricity at you, remember? We met those previously, so... think about them, that they only drop health. I thought before that they drop rockets, because, you know, enemies in this game, they usually drop, well, all the items that we can get. All the ammo, so to speak, right? Rockets, super missiles, power bombs, health, and stuff like that. But, yeah, green balls that shoot electricity at you, they drop only health, which is really, really important in this particular place, because in Jazoria we only have space pirates and these green balls, and space pirates, as I mentioned before, they actually don't drop anything, so your only source of health in this whole Jazoria place is, well, save points and, yeah, these green electricity things. So sometimes these green electricity things, they can save your lives, but it's really hard to deal with them because they are pretty fast. They shoot electricity at you almost instantly, so it's really hard to dodge these electricity things, these balls. So yeah, usually I am not bothering with them, I just run past them, but it is an option for people who are maybe being more cautious in this whole place, so yeah. Also, one thing in regards to beams, as you can see, we only need Ice Beam in this game and also this Plasma Beam to complete the game. So other beams in this game, they are completely optional. So the thing is that different beam combinations actually look differently in the game. So that's, yeah, one more incentive to play this game, well, more, to make some different playthroughs of this game, just to pick up, for example, long beam in one playthrough, and in the other one, for example, you can pick up wave beam and stuff like that. And yeah, these combinations, well, they will make your beam look differently. They won't be too drastic changes, don't get me wrong. You know, your beam overall will look the same, but some things will change. For example, the sound that the beam makes, the well, range of the beam, the wideness of the beam will change, and stuff like that. So, I don't know, for me, these kind of things, they are really interesting, so maybe there will be some other hardcore player who will enjoy these kind of things, too. And speaking about the final boss, remember when I mentioned that don't go to the final boss or you won't be able to collect all the items in the game? That's actually not true, because when you go to the final boss, yes, you finish the game, you get the ending, and your ending is being registered in the gallery. So basically, when you go back to that save file of that game that you finished, you have two options. You can either start the game over the same save file, or you can come back to the last save point that game had, you know. And when you do that, your game will actually register your ending that you already got in the gallery. So, for example, you can come back to that last save file, right before the final boss, and you can, for example, go for all the items if you haven't done it in the previous kind of playthrough, if it makes sense. So, for example, if you completed the game with less than 100 items and got one ending, you can come back to that save file, and then you can get all the items, and then you can, yeah, go to the final boss and get the other ending. And the same thing applies in regards to time as well. This method won't work on game mode, because you are kinda, well, locked down into one game mode in one save file. But yeah, these other methods actually work. But I don't advise these methods because, honestly guys, this whole game is very enjoyable to replay multiple times. But it is an option for people who maybe, well, don't wanna go through these loops, hula hoops, and yeah, don't wanna go through all this hustle. But in my opinion, it's really fun to replay this game multiple times, because you can memorize this game much more quicker, and yeah, each next and subsequent playthrough will be much more faster for you. So, but yeah, this is it for this episode, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, we are actually done with all the items in the game. We got all our upgrades, all the items. We completed all the map, almost, and now we are ready to finally take on the final boss. So yeah, get ready for the grand finale in the next episode of Metroid Zero Mission. So yeah, cheers!